months imprisonment. That's just one set of possible offense and the penalty.
But you don't want to fall into the hand of the law. That is why this segment of Full Stream will seek to clarify issues guiding you as you vote tomorrow, especially as you carry out your duties as our reporter.
Once again, welcome. I'm Amy Thompson.
And I am Victor Matthias. Now, there's been a lot of talk on if citizens can vote and wait at polling units, and if they will have to leave. The law allows citizens to stay away at 300 meters from the polling station. Also, Inspector General of Police has said that the police, and I quote now, the police did not ban anyone from the polling units after casting their vote, that they only advised people to cast their vote and leave the polling units. So, those who desire to stay can do that. They must comport themselves.
Yeah.
Well, that's right. And so we're not going to discuss this alone. We're going to do a Google hangout, and we have three people joining us in this discussion. We have Blossom Nodim, a blogger. Then we have Fatu Obuche. She's going to tell us the INEC side of the story. She's the new media consultant for INEC. And Abayomi Shogunle, a police force deputy PRO.
No, you have to be there. Yeah, no, you're going to tweet from here.
Well, that's right. So let's move on now to the Google Plus Hangout. Guys, can you hear me? Yeah, I think.
Okay, we'll just take a short break. When we come back, we'll hook up to our guys on the Google Hangout.
These are the final moments leading up to the 2015 elections. It's a fascinating build-up. Channels TV will bring you live coverage of the election as they happen. Live, on air, on the web, even on the go. The fight for the presidency.
This thing has started.
Of nationalist
people's tweets.
Focuses on Nigeria. Who will prevail? What will your decision be? Make history with Channels Television. Your home for the news. Election time is here again. While exercising your franchise as a voter, you can also be an observer, even a reporter. Are you looking for a platform to ensure your vote as a voter is not dashed? The channel's eyewitness platform is the answer. Just send in your pictures or videos and your voice will be heard. Download the channel's TV app on any Android, iOS, Windows device. Click on the channel's eyewitness icon and follow the instructions. The channel's eyewitness platform, making your votes count through pictures.
Welcome back. Just like we said before we went on the break, we'll be joining the three people that we did introduce earlier on in the show on a Google Plus Hangout. That's Blossom Nodim, Abayomi Shogunle, as well as Fatu Obuche from INEC. Blossom, we can see you already popped up on the screen. Good evening and welcome to Poll Stream.
Thank you very much, Victor.
So, I mean, INEC has said, actually not INEC, but the Electoral Act says that 300 meters, you vote, stay there, comport yourself. What do you think?
I think that's actually a very important thing to note, especially for the teeming number of young Nigerians that would definitely act as a citizen journalist in that day. So, you know, you cast your vote, and there's this staying back to protect your votes. But then you shouldn't do that and cause a distraction on the process that is ongoing. So you just stay back away, and then you can be able to capture you know, videos and photos or whatever thing that you think you want to share, especially on social media as a citizen journalist. So I think it's very important in terms of protecting both the voters and also making sure that the process is compromised.
Are you replying people's tweets?
Okay, I think we'll turn over to INEC now. We'll ask Fatu, what should citizens who want to report the election? What should they do and what should they not do? What should they look out for apart from the 300-meter, will I say, law? What else should they be conscious of so they don't fall into the hand of the law?
Apart that's you.
Basically, they should not do anything that is going to disrupt the electoral process. So if you do decide, okay, that you see something that is happening and you want to report it, you can tweet it at us. We have social media platforms. You can send us a message on Facebook, or you tweet us directly, or use our hotlines. But if you are found to be doing anything that is disruptive of the electoral process, then the security personnel might step in. But then nobody is stopping anybody from, reporting what's happening around you. In fact, we even have this exciting feature called the I voted button on Facebook, which actually tells you to share your experience. And then if you click on it, you can share with your friends, and then they see that you're actually a voter and that you have voted, and then they can see that this is your experience. So we're doing things to encourage people to, be very engaged about the whole process. Nobody's stopping you from doing reporting or just sharing your experience, but as far as it does not disrupt the electoral process.
All right, thank you so much, Fatu. Well, I would like to ask Mr. Shogunle now, the police force deputy PRO, because the men in uniform are always so conscious of the camera. And here we've heard that INEC says we can, take pictures and tweet them. And if the men in uniform are going to be around the polling unit, that means at one point or the other, there's going to be a picture taken of somebody in uniform. What do you have against being taken pictures of? Hello, Mr. Shogunle.
Yes, I can hear you. Good evening. Thank you for having me.
Yes. Mr. Shogunle, thank you for coming.
Yes. I think let me first of all clear this issue about staying behind after voting, whether to stay behind or not. That first, this is the law. This is not the making of the Nigerian police force. And the Nigerian police force, the provision has been put in place so as to ensure a safe environment during the voting. And going to whether one can take picture or tweet at the election venue, I think let us not forget that other citizens also have rights to privacy. And let us also have it in mind that the process of voting is a kind of open, secret process. And by you trying to take picture of somebody voting without the knowledge of the person or without the permission of the person, I think it's a kind of infringement on the rights of the citizen you want to vote, fine. You can take your own picture. You can take wherever you are thumbprinting on the ballot paper, provided it is yours. But if you are not an accredited journalist, then it might not be proper for you to continue to take picture of people, especially when the voting process is on. But as soon as the election and the results are announced at the unit, then you could go on to record whatever you want to record, because it is presumed that the voting has ended at that point.
Mr. Shul, coming here, of course, it's a secret ballot, so people might not, they don't have the luxury to go and take pictures of people while they're voting. What people are actually looking at is taking pictures when maybe there is some form of maybe malpractice, ballot box snatching, or even some form of brutality by the men in uniform. What do you say about that?
Well, every police officer that is out on the streets is conscious that all his actions are being recorded. We don't have any problem about you recording a police officer on the street, because we are public servants, and we know that all our actions are open to scrutiny by members of the public. So we don't have any problem about you recording a police officer while performing his duty in his official capacity as a policeman. We don't have any problem about that.
Speak to Blossom now. How do you, as a blogger and an active, social media user, hope to balance this too? Now, Mr. Shogule did talk about infringing on other people's rights, and then you also want to record or capture the moment. How do you intend to balance this two and not, go to the wrong side of any of them?
Okay. What I would recommend that citizen journalists should do.
Look at your phone.
What I would recommend they do is he is very right on talking about infringing on other people's privacy. So what I would do and what I would recommend others do is you take permission. You can walk up to a particular person. Probably you want to record a conversation, or you want to record a video, or you even want to take a photo. You can walk up to the person and courteously ask permission to do that. Even as a researcher, like I'm currently carrying out a research in school at the moment, there are certain things called research ethics, and I'm sure these things should also apply. Yes, these are not trained journalists that know what to do and what not to do. These are individuals that could get carried away by emotions and by the joy of being the one to break the particular news on social media. But then that doesn't also that shouldn't negate the fact that these are your fellow human beings. So you can ask for permission to do this. But then let's assume that probably a rigging act is going on and you want to record it. You don't expect anybody to ask for permission to record something that is unholy or unusual. So what I would suggest is, first and foremost, the person should know that at that point, his or her safety can be in question. So what you should do is take a step back and find a way to capture this particular incident in a way that you will not put yourself in harm's way. You understand? And I also want to believe that the Nigerian police would also be available in each of these polling booths to make sure that that such incidents do not even occur. But even if they occur and citizens are recording it, then I don't expect the Nigerian police at that point to arrest citizens for trying to record what is not supposed to be done. Yeah, and the conversation online.
All right, Blossom, thank you so much. Well, finally, we just want to get from Fatu, what are we expecting from INEC on the social media? I mean, we know that people don't just wait for radio or television to get results or get the activities or as results are trickling in. What are we expecting from INEC on the social media tomorrow?
We have two very exciting projects this year. First of all, we have the
Are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
yes, okay, we can hear you now.
Okay, we have two very exciting projects this year, both with Twitter and Facebook. For Twitter, we've created this at INEC Alert handle. So we're going to use this particular handle now to make breaking news. So because there might be different information that we need to pass to citizens at different points in time during the electoral process. So we use this handle to send the breaking news to people. And how this actually works is that you send follow at INEC alerts as a text message to 20644 if you're a Glow user, or 40404 if you use MTN, Airtel, or Visa phone. And then if you do this, you get messages from us for free. And then on Facebook, like I mentioned earlier, we have the I voted button. So if you're able to also share your experience. And then two things that we're going to be doing for elections also is solving problems and verifying reports. So if people tweet and say, maybe I can't find my polling unit, please help me locate it, or they say something is happening here and we need help. So we're able to solve those problems. And then if people are also making reports about illegal activities going on, we try to verify and also see how we can solve those problems. So I would really say that if people are going to be sending us messages on Twitter or Facebook or calling any of our hotlines, our hotline is 0700 call INEC. That is 0700 22554632. So if you call this hotline or you send us a message on Twitter or Facebook, we try to verify those reports and see how we can work on them. So we're going to be solving problems and verifying reports. just so that we can make the electoral process credible. And
very well then, Fasu. Thank you very much, of course, for coming on the program. Blossom, also thank you very much for coming on the program, as well as Yomi Shogunle.
Right.
Thank you all for coming on the program.
Yeah. Well, we'll just take a break now. When we come back, we'll take your messages.
Election time is here again. While exercising your franchise as a voter, you can also be an observer, even a reporter. Are you looking for a platform to ensure your hope as a voter is not dashed? The channel's Eyewitness platform is the answer. Just send in your pictures or videos and your voice will be heard. Download the channel's TV app on any Android, iOS, Windows device, click on the channel's Eyewitness icon and follow the instructions. The channel's Eyewitness platform, making your votes count through pictures.
All right, nice chatting with you, sir. Abayomi.
Okay. All right, welcome back. Well, time flies when you're having fun, they say. So we're just going to take a few mails and a few pictures from our eyewitness. The mail, the first one we're reading says, for those of us who have to drive for about 10 to 20 minutes to the voting center, can that be done before 8 a.m.? I'm going to throw this question to Nelta and Chamberlain. When they come back, they're going to answer you. And then the second mail we can take is peace accord as the subject. It's obvious that General Abdulsalam loves this country. That's from Tunji from Ekiti. And he's saying that other leaders should also try to follow suit. That's talking about the peace accord that was signed by the presidential candidates of PDP and APC yesterday. Now for the eyewitness.
Oh, yes. Now we have to look at some of the eyewitness. The first one we can see there is this gridlock of vehicles at Ojurin bus stop at Akobo in Ibadan. The above traffic have been making life unbearable to the people of the area. And our eyewitness reporter, D. Dimas Akinwumi, is calling on the state government to intervene and dualize the road. And the second one is a picture that shows a faint picture of a security agent standing behind a power plant. But our eyewitness reporter describes this picture as the militarization of Benin in Edo State. He didn't put his name to this report, but that's what he sent and that's what he's saying. So he's also calling on the authorities to confirm this and make sure they have a peaceful environment for the polls tomorrow.
All right, well, that's all we can take for now. We'll be back tomorrow at 10:30 a.m.
That's right.
We would like for you to start sending us your pictures. I mean, the polling units open at 8 a.m., so we expect that by 8 a.m. you start sending us your pictures, your comments, what you notice. Be the reporter. Practice the journalism that you've always been longing to.
But remember, do that safely.
So until tomorrow, from me, Ini Thompson.
And Victor Matthias.
Bye-bye.
That in fact leaders by accident in this country. People have always come to me by accident. Go through this.
If the community I am serving does not allow a girl and a boy sitting in the open, embracing themselves, certainly that will suffice.
In perpetuity, the issue of religion, where you come from, is going to be an indelible part of Nigerian politics.
I pray that all the evils in the society will first and foremost visit the homes of these men in church. We'll talk about miracles.